Hello. Let me do my countdown, guys. Hey, Deb. Hey, Poppy. Poppy, did you make it home? Did you? So, I haven't come on and really talked about any cases. So, I kind of want to get back into the swing of things. So, y'all get in here. Let's talk about this little Johnathan Everette Boley. This case is so sad. And we're going to talk about it. Okay, hold on. Let me, Hey, Wee! Good to see you. Hey, Tropicana. Tropicana. Go hang out at the Tropicana. Okay. Let me get this little fella's picture up here for you guys. And then we will go into what happened to this little boy. Why are you doing this to me? Johnathan Boley is a 4-year-old little boy who went missing on New Year's Eve. No, I apologize. Okay. The victim's name is Johnathan Everette John Boley, age 4, from Walker County, Alabama. He went missing December 31st, 2025. His remains were found on January 2nd, 2026, after a 3-day search. After a 3-day search. 4-year-old Johnathan John Boley vanished from his father's property on Highway 195 in northern Walker County, Alabama. He was last seen around 11:30 a.m. on December 31st, playing near the fence line with his 6-year-old brother Isaac and the family's black Labrador Retriever mix by the name of Buck. He was found approximately 2 miles from his home, and the dog was with him. When they found his remains, the dog was with him. The dog never left John. So according to John's older brother, Isaac, John and the dog had crossed under a fence and disappeared into the wooded area. Now, the boys were visiting their father, Jameson Kyle Boley, for the holidays, while their mother, Angel Boley, resided in Florida. Now, I want to tell you guys a little bit about John's father. Okay? Let me give you kind of a little timeline here. So John and the dog went under the fence. His last known sighting was around 11:30 a.m. I believe within the hour, law enforcement was called. Now, this is the thing, you guys. John's dad had, let me see if I can find the wording for this. Okay, so on December 31st is when John went missing around 11:30 in the morning. They believed him to be in danger. Now, we're going to go with a prior history, okay? There was a DV record from March of 2003. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Okay, so the father's prior history, Jameson Kyle Boley's prior history is, like I said, that he does have a DV record. In March of 2003, he went in the Army. In November of 2006, his stint with the Army ended. December 22nd, 2021. This is where we get into the DV. I just watched a different one about an RSO who was pulled over in a routine traffic stop and had an 11-year-old kidnapped boy plus another child. And the 11-year-old fear he would have been. I can imagine, May. I'm sure Buck would be just fine. Hey, Mr. A, what is up? Okay, so in December of 2021, there was a petition for protection from abuse filed in Walker County, Alabama. The plaintiff was John's mom, Angel. The defendant was his father, Jameson. It was reported to have occurred at the couple's residence. In a sworn statement, the plaintiff alleged that the defendant put his hands around her throat, trigger warning, held her down, threw her into a kitchen island, made it where she could not breathe, sat on her while holding her arms down. She felt that he would repeat it. She also claimed that she was in fear of harm or unaliving her or their children. So, mom was very scared of this guy. No criminal charges were indicated on the form at the time of the filing. Okay. So now we'll get into the custody and living arrangements, because this is what's throwing me off. This man only had 5 days a year, 5 days a year to spend with these kids. Now, granted, okay, granted, John got out. Him and the dog went under a fence. And he's found 2 miles from there. Yes. Yeah, May, I talked about that. That was so sad. That was so sad. Okay, so on December 31st, at 4 o'clock in the morning, a neighbor reported hearing an explosion near the father's property. At 11:30 a.m. is when 4-year-old John was last seen near Highway 195 outside Jasper, Alabama. It is a rural area, a lot of woods, back roads, around 40 miles northwest of Birmingham. He was last seen with his older brother and his black lab. Well, I'm getting there, May. I am getting there. Hey, pretty sweet pea. I'm getting there, ma'am. May, hey, Poppy, will you take care of the BOMB comment for me, ma'am? Zena, what is up? I think I clickbaited everybody earlier because I was going to talk about Tim Mullins today. And, but this was on my heart. So I wanted to make sure that I talked about this. Okay, so at 12:30 p.m. is when there was a missing child response. So he was last seen at 11:30 a.m. and by 12:30, 1 o'clock is when law enforcement arrived at the father's home. They cleared the residence. Now, this is the thing. Oh, thank you, May. See, you know how to do something, May. May just plays like she don't know how to do it. You know how to do it, girl. This is how we do it. So, during the process of looking for this 4-year-old, they find explosive devices inside the house. So they immediately had to leave the house. By 8:41 that night, the dog is still not found. And they knew that if they could find the dog, that they would find little John. They worked through the night. Helicopters, thermal imaging. How sad is that? How sad is that? See, and you know, not to switch it up and you know, bring up Summer's case, but a lot of people, if dogs could talk, you would have thought that wherever Summer would have went on that property, or even if she walked down the driveway, that there would have been a dog with her. And maybe not just one dog, a couple dogs, right? You would have thought that there would have been a dog with her. You would have thought. So on January 1st, they were asking for cameras, deer cameras. They were wanting anything that could possibly help them find little John. At 3 o'clock in the morning, they had to pause and stand down due to it just being an overnight operation. At daylight, they began continuing the search. At 11:51 a.m., a message was shared. At that time, he had been missing for 24 hours. The mother traveled to Alabama to be with the family. There were 8 items found on neighboring properties. Hey, super sensible. So yes, 8 items found on neighboring properties. That was about 6:30 p.m. And this is when they were discovering the explosive devices on the property. So 8 items found on neighboring properties, initially believed to be potential explosive devices, were examined by the FBI and determined not to be explosive devices. The FBI has completed explosives-related operations at the home of the child's father, and they are now actively searching the residence and surrounding property. The scene was treated as hazardous. Oh, thank you, Mr. A. Hey, I am sorry that I missed your live. I seen you had it. I seen where I just couldn't make it. And I apologize for that because I was really trying to come in and say, hey. Hey, Army vet, what is up? Yep. I'm a chit chatter. Thank you, Deb. Okay, so this is what the police were contending with while they were trying to find this 4-year-old. So Jameson Kyle Boley, Johnathan's father, was arrested for unlawful manufacture of a unlawful manufacture of a destructive device or bacteriological weapons. What? Bacteriological. What the heck? 2 counts of chemical endangerment of a child. Neighbors reported hearing unexplained explosions in the weeks prior to John's disappearance. One was reported around 4 a.m. the same morning. Now, This is just my opinion, you guys. I don't believe that this 4-year-old going missing has anything to do with the father. Now, let me make this clear. Obviously, with things that they're finding at the home, there's definitely neglect there, right? We will know more once they release the COD also. They have not publicized exact details of the father's arrest. Okay, we're going to get into January 2nd. Search resumed at 7 a.m. Yes, and that was a thing too, May, because it got very cold. It got very cold, you guys. Thank you, Deb. Okay, so they resumed search efforts on the 2nd. There was a press conference held. I'm going to show you guys the last press conference that they did. Law enforcement covered over 500 acres. There were over 100 volunteers, and I'm going to show you guys. Yeah, he'll do some time for that, Army vet. You're absolutely right. Lippy has a video out where Dolly was there that I'm going to go over and commentate on, you guys. Yeah, I mean, so on January 2nd at 3 p.m., the remains of 4-year-old child had been found in Walker County. He was found deceased. His dog had stayed with him. He was 2 miles from home. 2 miles from home. All right. So we're going to go back up to the criminal charges and court filings against the father. December 31st, 2025. According to a criminal complaint filed by the District Court of Walker County, Alabama, Jameson Kyle Boley is alleged to have committed the offenses of unlawful manufacture of a destructive device. The complaint alleges that on or about December 31st, 2025, while at or near 7333 Highway 195, let me write that down because I want to pull that up on Google Maps. 7333 Highway 195. Da-da-da-da. I'm going to show you guys the location where he wandered off from. All right. The complaint alleges that on or about December 31st, 2025, possessed precursor substances, as defined in Section 13A 10191 of the Code of Alabama, in any amount, with the intent to unlawfully manufacture a destructive device or bacteriological weapon. Felony. So, what do they mean by bacteriological? Do you know, Army Vet? What they could be meaning by bacteriological? Maybe it's math. To have the opportunity to be exposed to ingest, inhale, or have contact with a controlled substance, chemical substance, or drug paraphernalia, specifically identified as meth. Wow, what a way to put that. That I never heard it put like that before. Bacteriological. That is different. If you're manufacturing it, that's I don't care what anybody says. That's flipping interesting. That is interesting. I mean, it's true. Well, no, that's bacterial. I don't know what I'm thinking. What are you guys thinking? So he's in trouble.
Dude, there ain't no more left. There is no more left.
Dude, oh boy's in trouble.
We have to go get that man. Is there?
Crazy, right? You go to a home to try to search for a missing child. Let me pull up this address on my Google Maps. Oh yeah, anthrax. For sure. I'm gonna remove that, Army Vet. Don't take it personal, because I don't know what YouTube will do. And nobody get upset. I'm gonna turn my ads on this one, you guys. I'm gonna turn my ads on. I have been really slacking. I have been slacking, you guys, so bad. Okay, hold on. Hold on, I'm doing 50 things at one time here. Let me pull up my chatty chat.
I'm tired of fucking losing, man.
Let me pull my own chat up. Pull that chat up, girl. I am crazy. I know I'm freaking crazy. Okay, wait, I gotta find it now. Now I gotta find it. Boy, my chat's moving pretty quick, isn't it? Hold on. Oh, I don't see it now. I don't see it. It must have been taken care of. Okay. Oh, thank you, Army Vet. Yeah, definitely don't ever take something like that personal over here. Okay. 7333. This should be it, I believe. Wow, they live in the middle of nowhere. Let's see if we can pull this up, you guys. Right there, 7333. Well, why are you not, Here we go. Sorry, guys, hold on. No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Why isn't it, that's weird. Huh.
Y'all are welcome.
That is so weird why it's not bringing it up. Why isn't it popping up? He was ingesting the meth and building the destructive devices. The meth and drug paraphernalia were found separately than the pipes he made and activated. Well, I guess my question is, let me put this in here different, you guys. Maybe I can get it pulled up a little different. I'm one fingering it. I'm really slow today. Alabama. I've got an uncle who lives in Alabama. I do. What the fuck is wrong with this shit? Why isn't it? What am I doing wrong here, you guys? Am I being that stupid? Oh, anti-government. I don't think so yet. I'm getting ready to pull it up and see. Yeah, I would think hypothermia. I would think. Yes, I'm on the maps. But let me get out of the maps and then I'll pull it back up. I will. I will re-pull the map back up. Okay, so we're going to pop over on Lippy's. And I've already dropped Lippy's link is actually in my description. So it's already in there. And I think I put it in chat again too. But Dolly was there. Okay, Dolly was there. And Lippy got it. Thank you, Lippy. Because what happened was, well, I'll show it to you. So, like I said, this is Lippy. John Davis. I gave it. If you want to, Poppy. I really like Lippy, you guys. You were watching it live? Okay, so here we go. And thank you, Lippy, because you cannot use John Davis's. He only did 3 years. All right. So I'm going to commentate on this because that's what I do. just to let y'all know, I do not really, you know, it's okay if you don't like Dolly, and it's okay if you do like Dolly. Do a dollar for Daisy. No. Do a dollar for Dolly. Because let me tell you something. Boy, oh boy, could I roast him. I really could. I could give him a good roasting. Some of the stuff he's done. All right. Thank you, Lippy. Here we go, guys.
Purpose of commentary and public interest reporting. What you're about to see is not entertainment. It documents behavior that occurred during an active missing child search. The search for 4-year-old Johnathan John Everette Boley ended on January 2nd, 2026, when authorities confirmed his body had been found. He was located in a wooded area near his home, with his dog Buck found alive beside him. This clip was filmed before that discovery, during the active search, and shows what happened after a mother clearly said no. This is why how people behave during live searches matters.
Now, don't forget, and I can find it and show it to you, and I've checked and checked, right? I forgot what I was going to say. Well, I think what I'm kind of going at right now is his son wandered off. His son wandered off. I don't know. Like I said, I'm sure that if he's manufacturing substances and, you know, doing some of that stuff, that's neglect. That could be neglect right there, right? But Dolly, when they were protesting the Quentin Simon case, went to jail. He went to jail over touching a woman.
They said the dad is cooperating at the jail. Who is this? Is it the little boy? Is that him?
At this moment, what looks to be little John's mother is carrying a small blonde child.
Is that him? Huh? They said it wasn't. Is that him?
They said it wasn't. John's mother carrying John's brother tells Dolly, no, this is not him. Thank you, Poppy.
Huh? They said it wasn't. Is that him? Huh? They said it wasn't. Sure does look like a little dude. I don't know if that's him. I don't think that's him.
She shouts no, it is not him. Dolly clearly hears her. That answer should have ended the speculation.
I don't know why that kid was out there. I have no clue. That's weird because that was really weird. That is weird. He's not wearing a yellow shirt. So I don't know. I have no clue. I seen him bring a kid out and I was like, what the hell? But if that was the kid, everybody would be around him. And it's the FBI. See that they got the FBI jacket on.
This does not stop after a moment. It continues for more than 20 minutes. All of this is happening in front of a live audience.
Because I said, is that him? The lady shook her head, no. I don't think that's the other child. That is weird. They won't say until mom's been notified. Well, if that was him, we were here for it. That's awful funny, that little kid's with 2 FBI agents. That's just weird. Did you see anybody walk in the woods with a child? And they're all talking to him. I don't know. That is.
Now, let me tell you guys something. If that would have been that little boy, there would have been many, many individuals around that little boy. There probably would have been an ambulance, you know. But this is how the this is how they work. This is how they work.
A strange one. I couldn't tell. He definitely wasn't wearing what they said he was wearing. Man, that is a long-haired little kid, though. I don't know. I think it would be on the news. That is strange.
So now you're putting out that the clothes that they, you know, okay. Here you go, right now. If he wouldn't have been found, then people would have been questioning exactly what clothes the little boy went missing in.
So, yeah, I would think so. Kid, I don't know, but it's crazy. It's a little boy with long blonde hair. Yeah, but what would the 6-year-old be doing back there? And they're talking to him. Look, I just have a weird feeling that the FBI ain't just walking around with a random, and everybody's leaving. The command center done left. They put him in.
The little boy's that little boy was with his brother when his brother and the dog went under that fence. Now, I'm sure there's going to be plenty more information come out. You know, possibly, I don't understand if the older brother immediately went back and told that, you know, John and the dog went under the fence. Why did it take them that long to call law enforcement? Which probably wasn't that long a time. They probably were looking for him. But remember, he was found 2 miles from home.
A vehicle. I'm not for sure. They got him in that car. I think that when she said no, they got to notify the parents and everything first. Look, they're hugging. Everybody's hugging. I think they found him, but I'm not positive. It's one of those situations where I can't be for sure, but I look a lot like the little boy. I mean, looked like he was about 4 or 5 years old. They were all hugging him. He was with the FBI agent. So hopefully that's him, but I'm not sure. That would be great. That would be great news. Everybody's leaving too. Why is everybody leaving? They come out the woods with a kid and everybody done scattered. And what kid was in the woods? Man, if I was a bet, I would bet my right leg that little kid we just seen. We caught it live too, them bringing him out the woods.
Wow. Is that what it's all about? Oh, we caught it live, them bringing him out of the woods. Good for you, Justin. Yeah, there would have been ambulances and stuff around. For sure. Wow. The reason they're all leaving is because they found him. They found him unalived with his dog with him. The dog never left him. No, Justin.
I told you I was in the right spot. I was like, man, they've been circling this spot all day. And bam, they're all hugging each other. Look, all of them over there hugging. They're waving at him. I'm telling you. I think he might have just been. And we were the only news people on the scene for it. All the news had left.
You're the only news people on the scene for it. Are you for real?
They're leaving now. They're pulling off. Everybody's loading up. That was him. Because first, where the K9 trucks were, everybody's leaving. Look, they got a bag of kids' clothes. I'm telling you guys, that was it. That was it. Right.
Wow. Justin. No. I'm taking it back. I apologize if I said you could. Not right now. Exploited, what is up? What is up?
Right there. Everybody's leaving. Why is everybody leaving? Look how quick the parking lot cleared out. Look, definitely him. Well, I bet you're going to the church. I bet you. Look, every car in the parking lot just peeled out. Yep, went right to the church.
Wow.
Look, everybody went to the church. Let's go to the church. Let's go to the church, guys. I'm telling you. Live, too. A happy ending live. That was just such a good time, and I'm glad I stayed there. Look, they're all getting, okay, yeah, we're going to walk up here.
Wow, you're right, Tropicana. The way he just did that was, to me, I feel that way too. For sure. Yes, Justin, I'll let you know, okay? I will.
Live stream continues as vehicles are followed to a nearby church.
I'm not positive that was him now, people, but if I was a betting man, I would say I think that was him. People just don't walk out the woods with kids, FBI agents. So let's see what's happening. Camera set up. We got a press conference about to go. I think we just called it live, guys. They find him. They brought some little blonde-haired kid out the woods. Okay. Media says they're on standby, but it's awful weird what we saw. That was awful weird.
Now, somebody gets shitty with him. Somebody gets nasty with him.
Which I think we're about to get some good news. That's what I think anyway. You've seen everybody pack up and shoot up here. So you heard it here first, right? You've seen it. You didn't even hear it. You've seen it. Okay, while we're waiting on that, let me go grab my charger. That way we don't die while we're out here.
Wow.
Wow. What a day. What a day, guys. This is about to end super good.
Now, can you imagine? He's flipping around that parking lot. He's excited. Oh, this is it. We got it. You guys seen it here first. I figured that was him. You know, I couldn't imagine how that mother felt. How that mother felt. Carrying her other son, knowing that they found hey, angel from heaven. Angel from heaven. She told him no. This is not John.
Hopefully, if I'm right. But I don't know if that's a blonde-haired kid, but that's the only blonde-haired kid I've seen them bring out the woods. And, you know, the media wasn't even there. I knew it. I knew something about that spot. I was like, yeah, I'm going to sit this out. We're going to find out in a minute. You see they got a press conference set up outside. So what makes them all of a sudden want to have a press conference at 2 o'clock? Did they find him? He didn't answer. All right. Everybody want to be difficult with the information, but they want to be the first ones to announce it, I guess. Sometimes you just got to be in the right spot at the right time. And if you wear hair plugs, do not share my video. Okay? Everybody else.
If you wear hair plugs, I know. See, that's the thing about Summer. I truly think that one of those dogs would have stayed with her. If she had been in the area, I would have thought one of the dogs would have stayed with her at least. That's why I just feel somebody did pick her up.
You're good. As long as you don't wear hair plugs. If you wear hair plugs on a monkey, don't even think about it. All right, 2,700 of y'all in the room. I'm thinking we're about to hear some amazing news. Okay? So y'all be ready for it. Make sure y'all sub up the channel if you're watching. Help Dolly hit 100,000. We're on our journey this year, so I need you guys to sub up the channel.
And Dolly's good at what he does, you guys. He really is. I mean, he kind of got it going on, right? I kind of cracked up the couple times he's been on, like, he was on one of those shows with Vinny, I think, or something.
helps bring awareness to all this stuff that we do. And let's just pray that that little boy we seen coming out the woods is the little boy. Now, I can't be positive, but if I was a betting man, I would say, how many little kids are in the woods? People didn't take kids out there searching with them, but they could have, but everybody looked kind of happy. And they got in the damn cars and left kind of quick.
He is suddenly approached and questioned about online claims that the child had been found alive.
Yes.
That motherfucker posting cameras and shit right now telling everybody.
Oh, did you guys hear that? I'm going to slow it down so you can hear it. Somebody's not happy with Dolly. Are you that dumb MFer that's posting pictures and stuff online? Oh, listen.
Online claims that the child had
I
been found
slowed it
alive.
down.
You get that motherfucker posting cameras and shit right now telling everybody that they found little boy alive. You do realize that that boy that they brought out is his brother? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't say. I didn't say. Important shit. You were saying that they found him. I said they found a little boy. Bullshit like that. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I didn't say it was him. Turn that shit off. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Quit reporting shit. I said a blonde-haired kid was taken out the woods. You said they found him. I said I think it may be him. People angry. Okay, so
yeah, they're angry, Dolly. Come on. Of course they're angry. You acted like, and this is my opinion. My opinion may not be your opinion. I'm good with that. I love to show examples. This is an example of someone that I truly believe has more his priorities are to himself and his channel, right? But what would it have taken to just be like, that's the mother, and the mother said, no, that's not him. Instead, he turns it into, oh, I bet that's him. Oh, I bet he's found. You heard it here first, right?
You're saying it's not him, it's his brother, is what you're saying. Why would the brother be in the woods?
Oh, come on. Really, Dolly? So now you're even going to question that. You think they're lying to you, Dolly? Yeah. Well, a lot of them get caught up in the moment, right?
Why ain't they searching? I know what I said. I said they brought a little blonde-haired boy out of the woods. What do you say? You know, think about this. You see them in the woods. They come out with a little boy with blonde hair. Put two and two together, of course. But I don't know if it was him or not. So he can say.
The mother told you no. WTF.
Say whatever the hell he wants to say. And you ain't going to tell me what I can record and what I can't record.
Rather than de-escalating, the behavior is defended as a right to record and carelessly speculate. Dolly, you bet your left leg.
Oh, yeah, he
so
did
I
that.
said, I think we're going to hear some good news. If I was a betting man, I would think it was him. I never said it was that little boy. So he kissed my whole ass. And I ain't cutting nothing off. I don't know who it was. Nor do I care who it was. If he's watching the stream, he should have paid attention to what I said. I said they brought a little blonde-haired boy out of the woods. Well, maybe we won't get good news. I was hopeful.
Wow.
I was hopeful, thinking, hey, maybe they found this boy. That's why everybody's leaving.
No, you were hopeful that they found him, and it was the little boy that you were trying to insinuate that it was, so you could be the guy who got it first, right?
Even, but maybe not. I don't know. It seemed bizarre to me, so I don't know. But people can be angry, you know. If you don't like my opinion, you don't have to watch what I put out. I mean, I didn't see the boy walk back there. So how am I supposed to know? I see two what looks like FBI agents walking out with a child with blonde hair. They're missing a blonde haired child. You think, oh man, is that him? But as far as me saying it is him, I never said that. I said I think it might be him, and that's my opinion. So he don't have to like my opinion. Well, sure, people are upset because the kid's missing. I mean,
Well, yeah, everybody is upset over because there's a kid missing. But you have a mother that I can guarantee you, when they found her son, they told her that they found her son and that he was not alive. And you're flipping around, like you won the lottery, you got it first. That is devastating to me. But then again, that's why my channel's small. 3 years I'll have my channel this month. 3 years. And I've probably been the most slowest growing channel out of everybody. Hey H, how are you? I agree, May May. Hey Suzette.
I understand tensions run high, and that's understandable. I ain't mad at the guy. He's wrong. If I knew they had found him when I walked by the FBI agent a while ago,
This is the thing. He's not wrong. He's not wrong because you're running around there acting like that, that you've got the magic ticket to the Willy Wonka factory, right? And that this little boy's okay. And I can guarantee you, anyone who was listening to you that already knew that he had been found not alive, I would have probably been angry. I probably would have been angry.
wouldn't have said, hey, did y'all find him? Can you zoom out, please? Yeah. I'm just waiting on the press conference if they have it.
I'm going to show
I'm not
the
worried about
press
that guy can
conference.
scream all he wants. Scream till your fucking lungs explode. I don't know you, dude. I don't owe you anything. So from what they're saying, that was the brother. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know who that guy is. Yeah. I mean, we all watched a little kid be come out the woods, right? So he's probably.
I can guarantee you that that man knew that family. And I can guarantee you that that man was very angry to be hearing someone stating what Dolly was saying, when I can almost guarantee you that they knew that John had been found and the condition that he was found in. So, like I said, I would have gotten angry too.
Family member. Well, that's fine. I mean, I'm not mad at the guy. He can scream all he wants. Now, what, I'm not allowed to have a right to my opinion? Like, he gonna come up and tell me to turn my shit off? Like, no, dude, that ain't happening. When I seen the kid come out the woods, I was like, man, that kid looks an awful lot like him. And it makes sense. If it's his brother, maybe that's why it looked like him. We see them searching the woods with police, and then they come out with a child. Who you supposed to think it is? Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they quit. Maybe at 2 o'clock they pack up. I don't know. That was odd. I mean, the whole thing was odd. They packed up, they got in the cars, they came back to the church, they got a press conference set up. So, I mean, I don't know. You explain that one to me. I don't know. I never said positively that they found anybody. And I said, I think we're going to get some good news. But, hey.
You know what, Dolly? If you didn't do anything wrong, like you're saying, why have you spent the last 15 minutes trying to convince yourself that you didn't do anything wrong? That's what it sounds like to me.
It sucks, man. I understand people are upset that kid ain't found. I mean, He's mad at the wrong person, though. You think about it, 100,000 people know the kid's missing because of me. So
100,000 people knew this kid was missing because of Dolly. 100,000 people. So 100,000 people were just told, from what you're saying, that you bet he'd been found.
and we would have found out in just a minute that it wasn't him. You know, ain't no need to be angry like that. That's what I'm saying. Why did they have a press conference set up out here 2 hours after the last press conference? It don't make any sense. It don't make any sense. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, no, I mean, I believe the guy. He seemed pretty angry about it. You know what I'm saying? But how are we supposed to know watching it? You know, how are we supposed to know as spectators? You know, you see a blonde-haired little boy come out the woods being carried by the police, and you think to yourself, damn, they're looking for a blonde-haired little boy in the woods. So, but I still pray the little boy's found. I don't care how upset they are. You know what I'm saying? They're mad and they want to take it out on somebody else. But it ain't my fault the child is missing. So, you know,
That's right.
my job is just to spread awareness about it, tell people what I think. You know, that's it.
Well, also, you got to remember, too, that a lot of what happens, this is totally my opinion. Hang on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, please. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. Absolutely. Absolutely, they should step back and let the law do their job.
So, but I can understand they're angry. They're just angry at the wrong people. And that happens, you know. You got missing kids. People get upset. He could have been a little nicer about crushing our hopes, though, because we were hopeful. We want the child found. It ain't like we don't want the child found alive. We do. So, but I thought it was weird, too. They packed up everything. Everybody left from down there. There's no more helicopter. They have a press conference set up. We'll see what the sheriff has to say.
And absolutely, if you're a good, if you know, if you're a news reporter and you're good at true crime, the question that you're going to be asking is, after the mother tells you that no, this isn't John, this isn't the boy that's missing, and everyone is leaving, you want to put out the hope that he's been found, but there would have been ambulances there. There would have been so many people around that little boy. No one would have had access to that little boy at all. But he's not mentioning anything like that.
And I'm still hopeful that they find this little boy. Sit down for a few minutes. And I don't know what I did with my glasses. Oh, here they are. Their brother was arrested the other day. All right. Now I can see what you guys are saying. I got my glasses. Jimmy got cursed out. I don't care. I don't care. Listen, they're mad at the wrong people. I'm not. The dude is upset. The kid is missing. I don't blame the family for being upset. I get it. But what I said is I didn't say it was the boy. I did not say it was him. I said I think it's him. It looks like him. They're bringing the kid out the woods. You know, so he can be upset. I said I think the boy is alive. I didn't say the boy is alive. If I would have said that, I wouldn't have been going. I think we're going to get some good news. I'd have been like, we're about to get some good news, right? But hey, mistakes happen. You know, who they should be mad at is the people that were responsible for watching this child.
This all occurs before authorities publicly confirm anything and goes on and on.
See, and that's what gets me too, right? A little boy and his brother and their dog are outside around 11:30 a.m. and they're playing. The 4-year-old and the dog went under a fence. What I'm going to look and see if I can find any information on is what was Dad doing? Because if the brother went straight back in and told the dad, I wouldn't think that John would have been able to get 2 miles from home, right? Hiding boom booms. Yeah, I bet he was trying to hide stuff, Army Vet. You're right. You're right.
Not so much me. Okay. Dinner fun. Thank you, guys. Thank you, James. Yeah, like what? You know, when they sitting around watching me, that's weird. Dolly, thank you for what you do and tell PJ hi. I will, guys. Not a biggie. You know, like I said, I'm not upset that they're upset. I would expect them to be upset. And you know, when you're mad, you're just looking for somebody to lash out on, and maybe that's what he thought. Like, yeah, I mean, I know I was looking for confirmation. That's why we came to the church to find out. It's super weird. They stopped everything. Yeah. Well, you got to remember, there's 3,000 people in the room. More people.
There's not 3,000 people in the room. He got 1,900 viewers on that, 1.5 thousand likes. They haven't said yet, Poppy. I can see it. I'm gonna do the press conference. I'm gonna play the press conference.
Watch me on cases than the mainstream media, right? So I don't know why he had to come up there. He could have just said, hey man, you made a mistake. I don't know why he's screaming and, you know, trying to make a show in front of the news. I don't know. Okay. I guess people didn't realize that I can strike from right here in my car.
Somewhere between the blame, the excuses, and the strike attempts, the reason he said he was there gets completely lost.
But you were warned. All right. Time to take a blow, people. You know, you're not going to stream my live stream. You ain't going to stream snipe me. We're going to make sure you get hit right quick. So let's get you. Let's pull it up right now. Oh, y'all think I didn't have 2 sources of computers here? Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. I got to pull up my hotspot. Okay, I'm back. Hold on. Okay. I see. Now they try to be slick. I'm still striking you. Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought. But you're still getting struck. I'm going to go back to where you're playing it.
Yeah, he's striking people left and right.
I'm trying to warn people. Leave me alone. When you ain't in my radar, you shouldn't be fucking with me. People that don't have content and don't make their own content, they just be looking for something. What? Oh, that is terribly sad.
Well,
oh,
Dolly,
damn. News conference.
Dolly, I hate to tell you, but I don't use your content. Thank you, Lippy.
No.
Lippy. We don't need your content.
Confirmed deceased. Wow. Yeah, that explains why he lashed out. Man, not good. Prayers for his family. I'm not mad at the people for being angry. God, I knew something was going on when they left, but I was just hopeful that was the boy. Man, that is absolute horrible. God. Yeah, that may explain some of his anger. He knew he was gone. Yeah, that's why I said nobody blame the dead. Don't jump to conclusions. You know, I was hopeful that was a little boy. I wasn't expecting to see a little brother out there. man, terrible news. Terrible news. Wow. I guess when we get back to the hotel, I knew something was up when they started packing up and everybody was leaving. I was like, something's done happened. And wow. That wasn't the outcome I was hoping for, that's for sure. I was really happy when I thought that boy was him and everything was going to be okay.
I don't know. I really don't think that I would be I couldn't do that. I could go to the area and try to be supportive to the searchers and, you know, different things like that. I think that I just have to, I've got a lot of respect for the families of these children who go missing. Right? Yeah, I think it was, him being out there all night. They were playing, Dev. The boys were playing outside together. The boys and the dog. And that's what I said. I mean, we can look at everything that Dad was doing and all of that stuff. But I think that besides the father being neglectful and stuff, I truly think that this little boy walked away from home.
Man, so yeah, the dad is definitely innocent. What happened? What happened to my screen? Hold on, guys. I ain't never seen it do that before. Oh, okay. It does something like that. All right, well, terrible news, guys. Terrible news. That ain't what we wanted. That really is bad. I was hopeful the boy was alive, but man, what a tragedy. I didn't think it got that cold here to be such a big deal. Man. Okay, well, when I get to the hotel room, we'll go over everything from today. So you guys be good. And I'll see you in a little bit when I get to a room and I can get situated on my laptop.
Now, see, with Dolly and them, that's how they make their money. With Bullhorn Betty and them, the more that they got into their vehicle, the more people paid for them to get into their vehicle. Do you know how many times I would see some of these people would get into their vehicles, their subs and members would pay them, and they would be like, oh man, I need brakes for my car. Oh man, my car's messed up. Then they would get their cars paid for. They would get their hotel rooms paid for. They would get all their food paid for. All they had to do was get behind the wheel of their car and put gas in it when they stopped. That was it.
All right. Be good. Stay safe. Daddy loves you. Peace.
The search for 4-year-old Johnathan John Everette Boley ended when his body was discovered in a wooded area near his home in Walker County, Alabama. His dog, Buck, was found alive, standing by his side. After the search ended, this live stream was no longer publicly accessible. The footage was later placed behind a paid membership tier, the highest available level. This is where Queen Bee and
$129? You put it behind a paywall? You put that stream behind a paywall? Wow. Let me tell you guys something. My memberships are $1.99. The lowest price you can go. I just could never dream of, no. I'm too low budget. I am too low budget.
Tim step in, while reviewing one of the searchers that ultimately found Johnathan, to break down what happened, what was said, and what was later hidden. After that, you'll hear directly from authorities at the official news conference about John. Rest in peace, sweet boy.
God, the mother probably
some closure.
broken. Oh my God, you guys.
Imagine you're about
This
to
is
find out
a
the child is
searcher,
deceased and
you
get harassed
guys,
by
that was on
a
Queen
YouTuber
Bee's. Hey, Steven.
that's trying to film your child, your living child.
He just harassed the mother walking down the driveway with her other child. Oh my God, dude. I'm so fucking mad. I'm so fucking mad.
I think that was a good thing that we had. I think it was a good thing you ended that other live because you might have said something during a discussing of a case that you probably would not want to.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad you did as well.
So sad.
Thank y'all so
We
much
can always put that next time later today.
for your support this morning.
Folks.
Yeah, he was found deceased.
Travel long distance. Dwayne and his wife and people in his motorcycle club that seen the live this morning and decided they wanted to come down here and help search.
That's so sad. So sad, you
All that
guys.
social media, they could be used for good. Those two young kids that came out there with me, they were just so motivated. And just to see them speak life and pray.
Yeah, no shit.
The way they came and checked on me whenever they see that I was emotional, like these kids, these are our future,
And you guys know what Dolly just did? He put his second live stream.
I hope that we find him and that he's okay.
Let me guess, he privated it?
And if he's not,
No, he put it on members only, the highest fucking tier for $130.
$130 just to watch what we watched. Thank you, Lippy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there'll be a lot
Fucking
more
sick in the
coming
head,
out
fuck.
about the dad, for
Maybe I'll
real.
just buy it and just so we can play it.
I already have it. Don't even worry about it. I have the important parts, so it don't matter.
Okay. Like, if you think $130 would keep you safe, I don't give a fuck.
Johnathan, man, you guys have been awesome searching for John.
Okay, I am gonna play the and I already put this link in chat too. We are gonna watch the press conference. But I mean, it kind of gets into, you guys, you got to look at the fact that yes, the dad's got all that stuff going on. He was only allowed to see the boys like 5 times, 5 days a year. That's not very many days to see your kids. That's kind of odd to me. The devices and the manufacturing and different things like that. Of course, all those things, I would not believe that having children around that stuff is healthy mentally, physically. Two little boys went out in their yard with their dog to play. The 4-year-old and the dog went under a fence. 2 days later, he is found 2 miles from his home, unalived, with the dog still with him. With the dog still with him. Okay, let's listen to this.
That are here today, mostly because you're helping get this information out, and you're helping get this information out to a lot of people, and we need this in front of as many people as we can get. Okay, we're here today to help try to find and bring home Johnathan Boley, known as John. He's 4 years old. I want to
Wait, I thought this was the one where they found him.
Responders that have helped search. We've had a tremendous outpouring of support, and people can say whatever they want to about Walker County, but in moments like this, I'm the most proud of Walker County, being a lifelong citizen of this county, and I need your help. I need your help.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to pull up the.
Okay, there's some information that I want to give about John. John was last seen on December 31st around 11:30 a.m. In the 7,000 block of Highway 195.
I thought this was the one where they found him,
He
but
has blonde hair, blue eyes. He is 4 foot tall. He weighs 50 pounds, and he goes by John. John was wearing a yellow Mickey Mouse shirt, black pants, Paw Patrol shoes. As you can look behind me on the screen, we have
Paw
pictures from the
Patrol
community,
shoes.
of John. We have pictures of the dog Buck, which is a lab mix retriever. We have pictures of the Paw Patrol shoes that was provided by his mother that he was wearing at the time he wandered off. It's just a few little things about John. He loves the outdoors. Him and his brother are very adventurous. I guess the best way to describe them is just boys being boys. You know, they just outdoors kids, all boys. But it's a, you know, John.
Hold on, I got the map pulled up.
Were out playing. John's brother said and identified the last place that he saw John and Buck. Now we're very hopeful with the community support and that we have. I need the community to be out. I need you to be vigilant. Just because you may not necessarily be in this immediate area, I need everybody, and I mean everybody, in Walker County. Check your ring cameras, check your deer cameras, check your tree stands, check your deer houses, check your deer cameras. Look on.
This isn't the one where he was found. I thought that was the one where he was freaking found. Here, let's pull this one up.
So, embarrassing story, guys. I got hit with a medical bill recently, and I did not have enough money to pay for it.
WVTM 13 News starts now with breaking news.
There we
It's
go.
with great sadness that I'm here to announce that we have located Johnathan, and Johnathan is deceased.
After more than 48 hours of being missing, the search for a young boy in Walker County has taken a tragic turn. Good afternoon. I'm Carla Wade.
And I'm Brittany Decker. Authorities believe Johnathan Boley wandered off on New Year's Eve. He was last seen around 11:30 that morning, right near Highway 195 in Jasper.
And they say that the 4-year-old was with his older brother and a dog. And just a couple of hours ago, the Walker County Sheriff said Boley was found dead, but his dog Buck is alive. We have team coverage this afternoon. There is a vigil planned tonight, and we have new details about the boy's father, who has now been charged with child endangerment and manufacturing a destructive device.
Let's get right out to WVTM 13's Lisa Crane.
Okay, so yes, Dad has been, he was 4 years old, Poppy. Dad has been charged with child endangerment.
Is live in Walker County this evening. Lisa, just a really sad day for the community there. Of course, not the outcome that people were hoping for.
No, there was a lot of hope in this community that the searchers would find 4-year-old John alive. And it was very upsetting and heartbreaking, as you can imagine, to all those who had volunteered in that search, that this little boy, that was not the outcome that we saw here today. Now, almost 200 volunteers showed up over the past 48 hours to search for little John Boley, as well as the FBI, SBI, and law enforcement, firefighters too, from across the state. They used a helicopter, ATV, and drones to scan this heavily wooded and rural area. Today, they expanded their search, saying because John might have been following his dog Buck, he could have gotten much further away from home.
John and Buck being together, and if he's following Buck, then there's no telling how far they could have traveled. Like I said, if you just look at stories across the state and the nation where children wander off, especially with companion, canines, they wander off 2, 3 miles, 4 miles.
And we now
not 9 like Summer did, right? Well, I can't say that because we don't know.
now know that John's body was found about 2 miles away from his home. His dog Buck there alive and still by his side. Now we want to bring in WVTM 13's Zoe Blair with me now. And Zoe, I know you've been covering this story now for a couple of days, and there had been a prayer vigil planned at the church here, Cornerstone Church here, before we found the body, but they're still going to have that prayer vigil.
Absolutely, Lisa. Originally the vigil was supposed to be for them to pray that he was found, and he was found, but now it's going to be praying for support for his family. They're also going to be taking up donations this evening just to help the family with anything they need during this time. It's obviously very heartbreaking for this community, very heartbreaking for this family. And this community has really come together over the past few days during this search. Like you said, I've been out here. There were well over 100 volunteers out here searching yesterday. I know there were a lot back out here this morning as well. They've been donating food, water types, things like that for the volunteers, all kinds of things to support this community. And I know they're coming together again tonight. Lots of different churches, several different churches from the area.
Isn't that sad, you guys? That is so sad. It's just, I couldn't imagine the thought of not knowing where your child's at, and then to find them, and they're not alive, and especially with the mother being in a different state, letting the father take these boys because that's what the court ordered the court ordered him allowed 5 days a year. 5 days a year. So, did Dad see him the year before? What was his relationship with these boys like? Keep in mind he could have been placed there. That is true, Poppy, but he wouldn't have the dog with him, right? If somebody put him there, then they had to have left the dog with him. They would have had to have the dog with them too.
We're going to be here praying for the family and just doing what they can to support them.
Yeah, we saw that. So many people coming together. As the sheriff said, couldn't have been more proud of this community coming together, kind of forgetting any differences they might have had, all hoping for a really positive outcome. And they did have the outcome that they had asked for, to find him. Unfortunately,
Absolutely.
not the way any of us wanted to have that happen. Zoe, thank you so much. Now, in the first few hours of the search yesterday, authorities reported possible explosive devices at Jamison Boley's home. Now, that slowed down the efforts in those first few hours around the home. For more on that part of the story, I want to go back to the studio now. WVTM 13's.
See, and that makes me angry too. It slowed down the search efforts around the home. So he would be found, maybe? Possibly, but the dog never left his side, right? Supposedly, right? Yeah, 5 days a year is not a lot of time.
Michael Higdon on that breaking news desk now. And Michael, the father is now facing a few criminal charges. What can you tell us about that?
Jamison Kyle Boley is facing 3 charges against him in connection with officials finding explosives on his property during the search for his missing child. He is charged with unlawful manufacture of a destructive device or a bacteriological weapon. He's also facing 2 counts of chemical endangerment of a child, alleging he knowingly or recklessly caused or permitted a child to be exposed to a controlled substance, identified in court documents as methamphetamine.
Whoa.
The Walker County Sheriff said today, though, those charges were secondary to him and that Boley had been cooperating and providing details that helped in this search. We were also told by the Walker County Sheriff that Boley was a former military member. The Army confirming today Boley did serve in their branch from March of 2003 through November of 2006. They could not disclose any discharge information. Brittany?
Michael, thanks so much. Of course, we're going to continue to stay on top of the story as, again, authorities say the 4-year-old boy was found dead. We're going to give you the very latest information as soon as it becomes available to us. We have the press conferences, everything the Walker County.
I'll see if I can find a... Here, I've got it pulled up. All right, you guys see this, right? This is 7333. Well, how did I fucking get it? I just had it. There we go. This is a surrounding area. Right there is 195. Wow. So, that's something. That's across the street. Damn, look at that drive. That's freaking wild. Wow. Here's the house, though. Wow, there's just not a lot there, is there?
No, he's almost dead.
That's crazy.
Who the fuck is this?
Well, it's because of Look at the terrain. That's why I wanted to show you this. Look at the terrain. And he went under a fence. He went under a fence. That's pretty wild. Poor guy. Let me see if I can get a cause of death. Let me see, y'all, if I can pull this up. Cause death for It's not been released yet, you guys. That's crazy. What is this? Hang on. He was discovered about 2 miles from his home. He was adventurous and loved the outdoors. That's sad. That's about all they're giving us right now, you guys. That is about all we're getting. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, he was just out in the woods and stuff. But I'm sure, I mean, he was only 4, and I'm sure it was so cold outside. I'm sure it was. For sure, for sure. I had a couple other things I wanted to share with you guys. All right, wait, I had it pulled up. Now I can't find it. I am going to also be talking about Micah Miller and John Paul Miller again. He has been arrested for, I believe they got him for internet crimes against Micah. Micah Miller was the wife of Pastor John Paul Miller. She unalived herself. So we will be talking about that. I want to keep up with Melody Buzzard case also. I do. That is so sad that crazy. A lot of crazy stories. Well, my heart goes out to John and the family. It really does. Such a sad, sad case. And I wish it could have turned out differently. And I get where, you know, a lot of people seen what Dolly did and, you know, didn't like what he did. I don't blame the guy for getting crappy with him. You know, the whole thing is just sad, but it just goes to show what some people will do for that content, to be number one, to be the one that, you know, oh, you heard it here first. We've seen that happen in quite a few missing children's cases that have been talked about on YouTube. It happened in the Summer Wells case. Look at all these people and creators and just individuals who still to this day want to be the ones that can say, oh, you heard it here first, right? Some people do it and get away with it. They do it and they get away with it. And a lot of times, and I think that's why I'm not really good about doing drama and stuff like that, only because when a creator does something that people don't like and they get called out for it, the majority of the time it's just swept under the rug, and you know, those creators just keep going. They keep going and going and going. So, all right, one more story and then I will let this class be dismissed. Mother appeared calm to neighbors as her 3-year-old daughter lay passing away, and then she confessed that she did it. As police tried to save 3-year-old Cassidy Sakulas, neighbors alleged that her reactionless mother stood outside smoking a cigarette. Cassidy passed away on New Year's Eve in Ohio. She was 3 years old. Mom appeared calm, stoic, and reactionless as she smoked a cigarette. She told police it was her intention to unalive her daughter and did so by placing a plastic bag, trigger warning, over the child's head. Officers arrived at the home shortly after 5:30 p.m. After a report came in, a child was not breathing. Officers pretty much kicked down the door to save the child. 3-year-old Cassidy was happy-go-lucky. She was a Scooby-Doo fan and had dressed up as the Unicorn Princess for Halloween. Police at one point came out and told the bystanders to say a prayer for the girl as they prepared to rush her to the local hospital. 30 minutes later, Cassidy was pronounced. Mom just stood back and was calm, smoking her cigarettes. Police said after initial investigation and autopsy that Cassidy's death was determined to be homicide motivated by domestic violence. Cassidy's mother told police it was her intention to unalive her daughter and did so by placing a bag over her head. Bail was set at $2 million. No contact with any minors. The order also extends to her 13-year-old daughter, but she does not have custody of the 13-year-old. The 13-year-old lives with the father. Wow. Well, even though it's a new year, things aren't changing, are they? Things are not changing. How sad is that? You never know. You never know. We might be able to $28-year-old male. Okay, we got 15 minutes. What y'all want to talk about? It is very sad that I just feel an obligation to keep discussing these missing children's cases, and you know, the sad part about it is very seldom do we have happy endings on these cases. And it just kind of gets a little bit, you know. So we're definitely going to try to get back on track over here, you guys. And of course, I'm going to still commentate on things and things like that. But I still have to get on here and talk about these cases. I have to. That's just the way it is. And I know that, you know, I guess what always gets me is because not a lot of people like to, you know, come over and hang out when you're talking about something so sad like that, for real. So you guys know me. We'll be all over the place. I talk about so many different things that you never know what you're going to get over here. You absolutely never know what you're going to get over here. For sure. I want to try something here. Hold on, my little whippersnappers. I want to try something over here. If I can, if I remember how to do it. Well, come on, YouTube. Are you kidding? Hold on. Hold on. I want to pull up my memberships. I was going to hand out some memberships if I can remember. If I can remember. Hmm. 56.5% of my audience watch on their mobile phone. 23.2% on their TV. 11.9 on a tablet and 8.4 on a computer. Wow. What the heck? Well, next time I go live, I will make sure to hand out some free memberships. I just can't remember how I did it last time. For sure. I'm gonna do a live. I wanted to show Flies has a video on her channel I wanted to watch. I want to watch it with everybody. So all right, I'm gonna get ready to get off here then. We thank you for being a member for 19 months. Poppy's been a member for 19 months. Mr. A, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, mods, for coming in. I know today we just was kind of a kickback, and, you know, I definitely wanted to get that out there for everybody. And, you know, please say prayers for Johnathan, Everette, Boley's family. You know, such a sad, sad thing. And I could never imagine what they're definitely going through, for sure. So I appreciate you guys. Do you, be you. Have the time of your lives. Remember, it don't cost a dime to be kind. But then, you know, what can I say? Some people you just can't be kind to. You know, they like those whips and stuff like that. They like being knocked around a little bit, I guess. So, yes, absolutely. Prayers for the family. All right, you guys have a great night. And like I said, you never know what you're going to get over here. Every time that I get ready to talk about Tim Mullins, something just, I don't know. I just can't make it a priority. I can't. But I need to do it and get it done with, because I'm just frustrated with it, I guess. So, all right, go have fun, you guys, and thank you so much. And thanks everybody who's been supportive of my channel. I appreciate it so much. I really do. Thank you guys, for real. All right, peace out. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. Later.